Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for anyone and everyone who wishes to receive these messages. So what we are doing today, we're doing something a little bit different, and I will cleanse the cards with some frankincense incense, cleanse the space. So what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a pick-a-pile, and this is pretty exciting because I did one or two of these a really long time ago, but now I have this set up that is a little bit more conducive for a more effortless reading. But either way, like I said, these messages are free, and so the one thing that I would ask for payment is a gentle energy exchange. So please click the like button, click the subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and do leave me a comment. I always love reading comments and how this reading resonated with you or not. Okay. If you're drawn to more than one pile, please listen to as many as you'd like. If one pile doesn't seem to be resonating, then feel free to skip it and pick another pile. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a card for pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and then I will get into it and tell you about the crystals that are here, and I'll also read the cards to you. Okay? Okay, and so the focus of this reading is going to be the rest of the year. The rest of the year for you, we're going to be going over October, November, and December. And we're also going to be looking at kind of the energies that you are holding going into this right now. Like, we'll have bottom of the deck energy, which is kind of like maybe things that are unseen or overall energy that you may or may not be aware of, your current situation, and the next 3 months. So it should get pretty interesting. Okay. And if you've already been looking at these crystals and you know what pile you have chosen already, there are timestamps below. You can just get right to it, okay? So I will tell you about the crystal, and then I will flip over the card and read that card to you. Okay, so first up, we have watermelon fluorite. Okay, watermelon fluorite. Now this stone is very helpful in clearing out any healing emotional wounds, past trauma, helps with heartache and heartbreak. So if there are any of you that are feeling like the need to have some emotional healing from the current situation or past situation, this is watermelon fluorite for you, okay? I love this stone. I often use this in my readings as a focus stone because this, I feel like, looks like a bit of an eye right there, and you're getting a glare reflection from the window. Sorry about that. Okay, pile number 2 is chocolate calcite. This is also known as brown aragonite. This is chocolate calcite. I like to call it chocolate calcite because it's a little bit funner of a name, but brown aragonite, okay? And so this is very grounding and stabilizing with your energy and your awareness, right? This stabilizes your energy and awareness, helps you feel very grounded. This sphere is quite heavy. And, you know, with brown, it's like, yeah, of the dirt, of the earth. Okay. And lastly, pile number 3, we have ametrine. This is so nice. I'm going to try to see if I can get you to see the... So ametrine is a mixture of citrine and amethyst, okay? It's a very, very beautiful dark purple color. And this helps with serenity, stimulates creativity, mental stability, and self-confidence. Ametrine, pile number 3. Okay, so pile number 1, your card is Surrender to What Is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. That's pile number 1. Pile number 2, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Pile number 3, surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Okay? So what we're going to do, I'll give you a second to pause the video, pick your pile, see which one resonates with you the most. You could go by the card, you could go by the stone, or just, just tune into that feeling that you get. Okay? Give you a second to do that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I will get started with pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1. Okay, I'd like to take this time, this moment, to invite Spirit in, and I kindly, respectfully request a message for pile number 1. The folks who picked the watermelon fluorite and the Surrender to What Is card. Pile number 1, Spirit. Please and thank you. What can pile number 1 expect for the next 3 months? What are some of the energies? Help us bring clarity to any confusing situations and provide clear guidance for pile number 1. Nope, actually, let's do it this way. Go. Can't really see the final card. Huh. Let me do it like this. I'll do it like that. Okay, so this is going to be October, November, December. Okay. I usually have it lined up like this, but I want you guys to be able to see it. And this is you right now, your current energy, and then this is the bottom of the deck energy, okay? You have 6 of Wands. All right, so pile 1. Right now it would appear that things are feeling a bit, you may be feeling a little in the dark when it comes to your current situation and, where you're headed. You have been on some level receiving some attention accolation, praise, or adulation and praise, accolades, all that stuff. With the Six of Wands, you could very well be putting yourself out there, right? It's typically a victory card, so, or even a returning. So someone could have returned to you, or you could have returned to somebody else. It could be a situation, a person, or maybe even just returning to like an old hometown. So I get this feeling of kind of like starting over with this pile a little bit. That's just kind of the feeling that I'm getting with the Moon and the Six of Wands here. So I get the sense that you're not feeling necessarily panicked. It's more like each day comes and you're putting one foot in front of the other, and you're putting one foot in front of the other, and you do have a goal in mind, but you might be at the very beginning of that goal. You might be at the very beginning of like building something back up, okay? That's just a sense that I'm getting. So for October, we have the Six of Pentacles. That is really good energy if you are in any kind of beginner energy, if that resonates with you, because the Six of Pentacles is really beautiful and strong energy for offering help and receiving help. Giving and receiving, okay? You may be on the giving end, you may be on the receiving end. It could be a little bit of both. But the whole idea is that you can get help and receive that, and it'll be okay. It's actually very, very healthy to ask for it when you need it. And I get the sense that there's somebody in your life that you are really, relying on right now, or and not in such a full-on dependent way, but I feel like you have a good support system right now. So, in the month of October, really looking to your supports, leaning on your supports, and then when you're feeling like you're more in a good space, then you could even give back to them, I mean, how is it that you're going to integrate what they have to share with you, and how is that going to enhance whatever it is that you are working on right now for yourself, okay? And then once you feel like you've had your oxygen mask put on, then you're in a more like grounded space to be able to offer that same strength and offer that same gentleness and guidance or energy, availability to other people, all right? So I think that's just really, it's really good. I get the good feeling of like someone pouring into you, and it open up and accept that at this time, okay? So then for November, we have the Two of Wands. So with the Two of Wands, it's like, here we are, right? You have the world in the palms of your hands, and you're kind of like, yeah, I can stay and do it the same way, or I could like strike out on this thing that may be unknown. I mean, there is like a decision between two things. And, I get the sense that like the assistance that you received, that you will receive through the month of October, is really going to help support you and help you feel grounded and sturdy enough to look at your options and to move forward in the best way possible for you. But we do have like double moon energy here. So I also get the sense that there are things in the month of November, there could still very well be things that are in shadow for you, okay? That very well could be the case. But that's okay, we don't move forward in life knowing everything, all right? We don't. And a lot of times making a decision and moving forward with that decision that we made is the way in which we are able to discover what was in the shadows, Sometimes we end up hitting some roadblocks, or we have some hiccups and this and that, and then we can go into this thing of like, oh gosh, I made a mistake, I chose the wrong thing, or I did the wrong thing, blah blah blah, and give ourselves a hard time about it. But there's learning in that as well. Another aspect of that is there are always blessings in disguise. Okay? There are always blessings in disguise. And I feel like the invitation for you for November is to really look at those blessings, even if they come in the form of challenges. Okay? But ultimately, October to November, you're getting support in October, feeling even more grounded in November, and you're about ready to make a move. I feel like November is the time for you to make a move, even if you are unsure. Okay? So then we have December, which is devil energy. So what is hidden? What could be in the shadows for you, like at this time, and then maybe even that energy of that popping up again in November can really be revealed in December with regard to what exactly is it? Is there something that you're holding on to? Is there something that doesn't serve you anymore that actually could be blocking your blessings? So these types of energies, it's like they could be tempting, they could be fun, they could provide short-term relief, all right? But they can also block your blessings here. And that, I feel like it's like you make a decision in November and you end up moving forward, and then I think what can be revealed is some sort of something that is like, so you got to listen to your intuition. You got to listen to your intuition here, pile number one, because as you move forward, things are going to be presented to you and you're going to say, is this really in my best interest? Yeah, this seems really tempting, or it seems really fun, or I could even know exactly what this is and what I'm getting myself into or back into or whatever. But is it really serving my path that I'm on right now? Okay? So I think that there's going to be a process, and then there's going to be an opportunity or some energies coming your way that could possibly kind of undo the stability that you gained for yourself in the months of October and November. Okay, so be aware of that. You may already know what that energy is, or it could pop up and you'd be like, it's like you might not see it coming, right? You might not see it coming with the moon here. This could also be an invitation for you to really dive deep into yourself and be like, what has always kind of been there, lurking in the shadows, that has held me back? Okay? So really, those are some good journal prompts for you. And with your oracle card, sorry, I bonked the table. With your oracle card here saying surrender to what is, this could be one of those things where it's like euphoric recall. We can really look back on, the good old days and be like, oh, if I could just have that back, I was so happy then. But the thing is, with euphoric recall, we're only seeing the good things. And those things were good, and they did really happen. However, with any kind of devil energy that's here, there was something else about whatever dynamic that you were a part of, and that was a part of you, that did not serve you. Okay? And something shifted. I get the sense something really shifted for you this past year. And there is a call to surrender to what is. So that's why I feel like a very like a starting over energy. And with the 6 of Wands here, it may not have felt like a victory at the time when whatever energy it was that you were attached to, like, left your life or changed in a very big way because it was something you were attached to, felt really connected to. But it's like blessings in disguise, right? In the finish, it's a victory for you because it's a way to shed any and all energies that are not a part of what we are making for our life moving forward. There's this that makes me think of this little story that I wrote yesterday, or more like I don't know if you call it a proverb, or I don't know, but there's a conversation between the student and the teacher, and the teacher is this magnificent, like, master sculptor, right? And he carves elephants out of jade. And so the student sculptor says, gosh, how do you get your elephants so beautiful? How do you make them so nice? And the master teacher sculptor says, I chip away everything that is not elephant. So I think that that's part of the message here for you today, pile number 1, that moving forward through the rest of this year, you need to chip away everything that's not elephant, okay? And I feel like that's going to present itself to you in December. All right, so let's go ahead and get some clarification. And go ahead and clarify and get more information on this moon. Oh. Nine of Wands, Two of Wands. You got Two of Wands twice. And the Six of Swords. You know, I really do think that what has been up for you right now in this moon energy, that you may have been undecided about moving away from something. You could have been moving away from, like, a town that you've been, and then you're coming back and moving back to your home, your hometown, or vice versa, right? But there's been some indecision around, or maybe not indecision, but you've been weighing the options, going back and forth on whether or not to move forward. Because whatever you had been experiencing had been pretty choppy, pretty unstable. And so much so that when you were in that current space, you were feeling guarded, you were feeling defensive, you could have even been feeling pretty scared. Not really knowing what to do. And at the same time, it's kind of like this Nine of Wands archetype energy. This person is somebody who continues to do the same thing, or continues to do the same thing, expecting different results, and it's just not working. And what's happening in the meanwhile is that you are being beaten down. So there's this battle-weary energy of being like, oh my gosh, like, I don't think I could do this anymore. I really don't think I could do this anymore. And so bottom of the deck energy here for the clarifying deck is the Seven of Wands. That is standing your ground, seeking higher ground. And if you look at this person in the card, it's like she's climbed the mountain, right? Climbed the hill. She's overcome a lot of things. And she's looking out into the future, looking off into the horizon. What's next? And with the victory here, it's like you have overcome being in this space by making the decision to move forward. Now, you could be in this exact space right now, or this is something you could be currently contemplating. But this is the energy that's coming up to clarify the moon and your present situation. And with the moon, that also brings up fears. It brings up fears. because we don't know what's in the shadows. We don't know what's next when we decide to finally move forward. And that can really keep us, stuck, if we really give into any kind of fears that, we have in our mind about the situation. Okay. Let me get the Six of Pentacles for October. Judgment, Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Yep. Yep. So this to me says that you're reconnecting with some old soulmates in your life, okay? You are going back, getting help, getting support from your support system. This could be siblings, this could be any kind of soulmates that you have in your life. But you made the decision to move forward, okay? Departure energy, to move forward, making the decision, getting help from your Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, folks. Planting a new seed, starting over. That's this month. This is October. And this decision is life-changing. It's life-changing, okay? I really like this reading so far. I really, really do. I like, if you were kind of confused about what it was that you should do and having doubts and feeling scared and what have you, I get the sense that, your choice to move forward, move towards calmer waters, find stability in your life and in your emotions, with the relationships that you hold and the environment that you want to be in, that you will be getting a lot of support around that. A lot of support. Okay, let's look at November. Keep moving this December card. Okay. Yeah, this is great. This is really good energy. So for November, with the Two of Wands, it's like the Two of Wands is popping up again, right? Because it's like you have this currently, and then you go through the month of October, you make your decision, you get your support, you plant your new seed, and then in November, you're kind of in that Two of Wands space again, and you're like, did I make the right choice, or should I have done it different, or some sort of something like that. And with the Hierophant here, relying on those mentors in your life, this could even speak to your own higher knowing, your communication with spirit, all right? And this could be mentors, teachers, friends. It could even be an archetypal energy of a therapist. Is basically, and even your own inner doctrine. This can also be an invitation for you to get back in the month of November, really going back to your sense of self, your sense of spirituality, right? What is the spirituality or the spiritual lessons that you know to be true for yourself? All right, and what are those theories or philosophies that have helped guide you in the past? So this can very well be is an invitation to get back in touch with that. Because a lot of times when we don't really feel like we know what to do, we can turn to what we know has helped us before. And, you have planted a new seed in the month of October. You're going to in the month of October. And in the month of November, here you are, continuing to invest, continuing to nurture what it is that you want to grow, okay? And if it doesn't quite show you the results that you want right away, that's okay. Because with the Seven of Pentacles, we can always go back to the drawing board and kind of tweak our little plan, we can make adjustments. But the point is that you are continuing to invest. You know, you're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater and huck the whole project or idea or goal or new forward movement. You're just going to, okay, maybe I just have to revise the resume or whatever it is, right? All right. And with temperance, you got to be patient. This is a time where the invitation is clear that you're going to be investing, you're trying to grow this seed, this brand new seed. It's going to happen. It's okay. Be patient with yourself and be patient with the process. And if ever you begin to feel discouraged, look to your inner guiding light here. And even an actual mentor, a parent, a sibling, a friend, a colleague, a coach, a therapist, whatever. It's like this support is still happening. This support is still available to you. So I think that's really, this is really, really, really good. I'm really liking this for you, pile number 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at December. December, it looks like you are faced with some, and I feel like I want to call this old energy. I really do. I feel like I want to call this devil, I want to call it old energy. I feel like something is going to be coming back from the past to tempt you or to block your blessing or something, because there's so much overcoming in this. There's so much overcoming energy in this reading for pile number 1. Okay. Tell me more about the devil in December. Could very well be, honestly, devil is Capricorn energy and December is Capricorn time. Towards the end of December is Capricorn. So that could also this could just be a marker for the season, but let's just go ahead and see. I feel like it's going to be a test. But let's see. The Fool, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. Okay, you know what this is? This is you getting to December and feeling as though you may not have what it takes. There's a part, I think that you might vacillate a little bit here between your newfound open desire for the future, the new, having faith. It's like you vacillate between having faith and trust in the universe, like leap and the net will appear energy, and being like, oh my gosh, am I just being a silly fool? And when this is just so hard, am I even on the right path? I can't barely even see where I'm going. I'm continuing to try and continuing to try. And yeah, then there's the 6 of Pentacles in the middle. So your supports are still going to be present for you in the month of December. They really are. And this is an invitation to tell you, or this is an invitation for you to recognize and to know that that your supports are here. You're getting support. It is tough, but you are on a brand new path, because I will say this, the Fool is a major arcana. Okay, it's starting a brand new cycle. The 10 of Wands is a minor arcana. This is more temporary, and whenever we get to the 10, we are about to roll over back to an ace. We're about to start anew. So what this card says is that you are almost there. So don't give up in the month of December. You are completely on the right path. You're headed exactly where you need to be. And with the devil energy coming up in December, I think that this might be some stinking thinking. that pops up that says, oh my gosh, I can't do this. This is too hard. Or what was I even thinking that I could strike out in this brand new area? I just think that is just stinking thinking. And like I said earlier in the reading, like this energy is coming in to block your blessings. So this is self-doubt, this energy. So self-doubt could come up for you in the month of December. But don't listen to it. I mean, you can listen to it. Here's the thing. Here's how you work with this energy, okay? And you could even like take in what I say, and if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, then you know in which way to work with this energy. But a way in which to work with this energy when we get like inner voices coming in to kind of bring us down and tell us that we're messing up, or we're not doing it right, or blah, 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 blah. Anything that's going to make us be like, okay, I'm just going to not do it anymore, and make us give up on what we know is our truth and what we know the direction we need to be headed in. We can listen to those voices, but just listening to what they say and then writing that stuff down. Write it down. Be like, where did this come from? When did I begin to think that? Can I remember the first time when that little voice came in and said that very phrase? And can I remember a time when I followed that distorted guidance, right? And what happened? Did I end up having regrets? Stuff like that. So it's like, use that. It's like these messages are coming in, but you can take it and you could transmute that energy. You could turn it around to make it work for you, to be like, wait a minute, man. What is this? What is up with this? Where did this come from? And what makes me so vulnerable to believe that, and just kind of work with it from there, right? So, wow. Yeah, pile number 1, I feel like you are really overcoming something and you are starting over, planting a seed, getting the supports. You're going to feel a little, a little bit, you could feel like maybe your efforts aren't paying off as quickly as you'd like straight away, but that's okay. Just be patient and you're totally on the right path. This, honestly, if I were to title this pile number 1, I would title this like trust in the divine, trust in the universe, trust that, the universe has your back completely. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for the tarot portion, and I'm just going to leave your reading there, pile number 1. But please put down in the comments if this resonated with you, how this made you feel, maybe even some of the ways in which you're working with any, stinking thinking that could come up for you at any time. And good luck. I mean, honestly, I don't even really think that you need it, because I think that you got it. You got your future in hand here, pile number 1. You really do. You're on a good path. You're really on a good path. Okay. All right. Did I say pile 2? I don't know if I did or not. Pile number 1. Okay, so I'm going to put these back in and reshuffle and get on with pile 2. And this is a part in the video where there's always going to be a little bit of a lull. And here's another thing. If any of you are familiar with, I think it's called OBX. It's really not the most intuitive program. I mean, something so basic and simple as like, something so basic and simple as just snipping out little parts of a video. It's not entirely intuitive. But either way, I digress. So just keep in mind that everything is time-stamped, and so you could just go right to your pile. You can completely leapfrog over all of this stuff, okay? Okay, there we go. All right, pile number 2. Pile number 2 with the chocolate calcite, we have surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. All right. Okay, pile number 2. I invite Spirit in with so much respect and gratitude to request a message for pile number 2. Please and thank you, Spirit. Ooh, sorry. King of Cups, very nice. Pile 2. King of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy, Page of Swords. So you very well could be learning something new right now, okay? Because it's like surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Perhaps you're diving into some brand new program or learning something new, but just kind of at the very beginning of some new idea. All right. Okay. And with the King of Cups, you're currently represented by the King of Cups right now. So feeling really like having emotional stability and maturity on your side. Okay, that's really working for you right now. There's something that you have a lot of love for. And we'll maybe be able to see what that is, but that's kind of where you're at right now. Very mature love, compassion, emotional understanding, maturity, high EQ. Okay, so for the month of October, we have the Ace of Swords. There could be some sort of revelation, could even be a brand new idea that could coordinate back well with the Page of Swords here, but some sort of truth. Okay, brand new, an ace. And then in November, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So moving forward and putting in the work. You're putting in the work on something. You're really putting in the work on something. Brand new idea. Wanting to learn something. Feeling like a beginner with the Page of Swords. But having a lot of heart for this new path, this new endeavor. And we'll be able to see what it is that you're working on. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles. And with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like there's a sense in you. You're feeling really good about it. And you're really feeling like you got your sea legs under you, you know? Like you have a sense of mastery over this thing, whatever it is that you're working on. Okay, December, King of Swords. You know, looking at things clearly, bringing in a bit more logic to the situation, being very clear in your speech, having a lot of determination, feeling very, very strong. I get the sense that with this, it's like it was your heart that led you to this path. And then once you find that you're on it and you're working it, it's like, yeah, not only I'm loving this, but I'm also very stimulated by this on an intellectual level. It's like your heart and your mind are in alignment when it comes to this thing, this Ace of Swords, this new intellectual endeavor, whatever it is. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it and clarify here. Let's look at you and your current situation, the King of Cups. Another interpretation is that with the Page of Swords, a lot of folks are saying that this is like, you know, the looky-loo card, kind of seeing things online, la-di-da. You could have learned of a truth online with that Ace of Swords. But, you know, you got the King of Cups energy, so whatever it was, I don't get the sense, if that is the case, whatever it was, if it was something that was shocking or a revelation of some kind, I don't get the sense that it rattled you too much. But that's just another little tidbit that the cards could be pointing out for some of you. Okay. King of Cups. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Yeah. The three goes down to the one. The three goes back down to the one. And then there's the Two of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy, Eight of Cups. Departure energy. Maybe, you know, maybe you had a decision. You were trying to figure out who you were going to be planting your seed with. The Three of Cups can be, some folks have called it a dating card, but or did I say Three of Cups? Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is, you know, building something up with another person or another couple of people, right? But the ultimate goal in this endeavor is building a strong foundation for the future, something you want to bring up from its base, from its foundation. You know, in the traditional Rider-Waite, there is, you know, the foreman, the person holding the blueprints, the person who's like, you know, the masonry, who's doing the actual physical labor, and then there's just the kind of this superfluous individual who's kind of on standby in a way, like just kind of watching, but they're still a part of it somewhere, somehow, you know. But in your case, what's clarifying this King of Cups energy, this person who is kind of, that has definitely gotten very much in touch with their heart, has decided to go from the Three of Pentacles down to the one. So I get the sense whatever it was that you were trying to build with somebody or a couple of somebodies, you made a decision to just plant one seed. There was a decision that was made to then start anew, start over, plant one seed with one person, one other person. So we got 3 people, and then we have a starting over, an ace, and then we got 2 people. Okay. So, and then with the 8 of Cups here and the departure energy, what this says to me is perhaps you were kind of dating a couple people and you decided to like let one of them go and get more serious with the other one. Really kind of narrowing your focus and connecting with one person. All right. Okay. What's this Ace of Swords in October? Eight of Swords, the Tower, heartbreak. Before I put those cards down, I thought that the 3 of Swords was going to pop out. Yeah. And it could be you walking away from someone or someone walking away from you. But whatever it was, you carried a lot of love for it. With the 8 of Swords and the Tower and the 3 of Swords, I get the sense that maybe the revelation, the truth that is going to come out in the month of October, and today is October 1st, it's like, maybe some of these fears that you've been having, these suspicions, are going to come to light that in fact it was true. Especially if you've been seeing something online. But the Tower has come down. The Tower has come down. And the Tower could have, so with the energies that are here, either someone broke your heart or you broke somebody else's heart. Okay? The truth was revealed, or the truth will be revealed in the month of October. And, there will no longer be any more confusion with the 8 of Swords. Whoever was holding this 8 of Swords energy, right? There won't be any more confusion about the situation. All will be revealed with the Ace. And that will bring down the homeostasis. What was not stable, but yet continuing on, persisting. Whenever we see the Tower, it's a situation that needed to come down. Okay? It was a situation that needed to come down. Because it was not built on a stable foundation. And, one or the both of you felt like a prisoner on some level in that Tower. And even if it needed to come down, that does not mean that there wasn't any heartache or heartbreak over it. Because a lot of times when something's our homeostasis, even if it's not stable, there's often a belief embedded in that, hence the reason a lot of people stay in relationships. There is a belief that it will change. That it will get better, or something will shift, and you can heal from it and grow from it still in the same Tower. But if the Tower is built on shaky ground, then you really can't. It needs to come down. It's kind of like breaking things down so they could be rebuilt back up again, Gosh, those are tough energies. Those are really tough energies right there, pile number 2. And I don't know if it was you or your person, but there definitely is a relationship. This is like a relationship reading for sure. Okay? And so within the month of November with the 8 of Pentacles, you could very well be tapping into, or directing your focus on your work, on the things that you know how to do, on the things you can control. You could even very well be focusing your time into some sort of healing art or craft. It doesn't necessarily have to be work. It's something that you just have a sense of mastery over. Really diving into that, taking this energy, transmuting it, and shifting your focus into what it is that you know that you can create something beautiful, an area of your life where you feel like you are more in control. Because I will say, when the tower comes down, we are not in control. And when we are beginning to lose control, that's when we slip into the Eight of Swords energy as well. Because what we're doing is we're thinking about different ways in which to gain ground. We're thinking about different ways in which to make it so the tower doesn't fall, or is this tower going to fall, or what, what's going on here? Like, everything feels like it's on fire, and like I'm just like kind of stuck in this mind space. And a lot of times, with the Eight of Swords, it's like it could be a real tough energy to work with, because we can really doubt ourselves on whether or not we're seeing things clearly or not, And maybe that's part of the reason that there's a Page of Swords here. You wanted to get some more information. You wanted to learn because you were beginning to feel crazy, it looks like. Couldn't really know whether or not you could trust your own reality. Like, am I seeing this right? Like, am I tripping? And it would appear that no, you weren't. Like, if you're on the receiving end of this heartbreak, no, you weren't tripping. Okay. And only take it if it resonates. Don't make any of this fit. If you know what I'm saying? Like, don't borrow trouble by like being like, "Oh my gosh, I knew it." And when a lot of these things haven't really, I don't know. I mean, that's hard to say with the, next 3 months future reading, but I don't know. I guess if something is just really triggering or upsetting to you about this reading, pile number 2, then just click off. Don't let it take any energy from you. Okay? But the person that I'm looking at here definitely has enough emotional stability to handle this situation. And appears to be transmuting the energy in a very healthy way during the month of November. November is clarified by the High Priestess, the Lovers, and the Death. I get that in the month of November, you're really going to be working and focusing your energy on healing. I get the sense that this situation is going to be a catalyst for you, a catalyst for change. Deep, irrevocable, soul-shifting change that is actually going to be embedded in you as a part of your something that really contributes to the growth of your spirit and the strength of your character. Really strong. Really strong. With this Lovers, okay, so with the High Priestess, This is an invitation. Whenever we see the High Priestess, it's an invitation to go beyond the veil, to plumb the depths of your own psyche and your own emotional world, okay? And with the Lovers here, it's like this is suggesting a very deep reflection, a very deep and honest look at this relationship, and not just this relationship, but like how did you show up? How did they show up? What's the lesson here that needs to be learned from this experience? This was a very, very, very significant relationship, and it is now ended. And there's so much to it that what is left over is, and it definitely doesn't feel like that right now. And it may not even feel like that through the course of the next couple of months. But what is left is gold, truly. Because this journey and this healing process is, like I said, going to transform you and contribute to your growth on such a fundamental level. You know, being able to go dive deep and look at the dynamics that were healthy, look at the dynamics that were unhealthy, look at the ways in which you showed up and contributed or not, and all of that. You know, because make no mistake, our primary relationships that are signified by the Lover's card are often a recapitulation of some sort of primary wound in which we're trying to heal from one of the relationships that we had with one of our parents or any kind of caregiver, right? There's often a recapitulation, like a what do they call it? Oh gosh. Repetition compulsion, because it's like we're trying to heal something from the past, or perhaps we're playing out an old dynamic. So that's what I believe the month of November is going to be all about. I feel like, you know, if this is you having been left and had the tower come down, had your heart broken, like, yeah, like go into therapy for sure, or get involved in whatever it is that is your therapy. And I mean, look here, this gal is painting. So art, creativity, what you're able to manipulate and focus your energy on and take and transmute and make beautiful and express yourself. It doesn't even need to be you sitting on a couch, laying on a couch, you know, spilling your guts. I mean, it really, and if it is, that's cool too. I did that for many years myself, but on both sides, on both, in the chair and on the couch, but either way, I digress. This is you finding your healing. You will be healing so deeply from this. And I get the sense that your next relationship, I mean, you will definitely have so much more insight into going into your next relationship with, even when it comes to who it is that you choose, you know, who you let into your life, like all of that stuff. Deeply transformative, the month of November. Okay, let's look at the King of Swords here. And like this card says up here, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting things that hold you back. The real invitation for self-examination. Okay, let's look at the King of Swords. Empress. Page of Cups. The World. I feel like in the month of December, with the King of Swords energy here, that you end up really coming to a place of acceptance about what has ended, what cycle has closed out. You're really going to be stepping into the flow with this Empress energy, because these are the two majors here. And the Empress speaks to creativity, speaks to abundance and growth and moving forward. And the Empress is looking so good, right? It's like she's coming up and out of this whole situation, and she's not chasing anybody, but she's creating the life that she knows is for her. And it's not necessarily gendered, it's a energy, but very nurturing, very loving. You could even be, reflecting a bit on your relationship with your mom in this whole process, given that it's clarifying the King of Swords. Could be an intellectual exercise and, things that you had going on from your mom. Okay? What kind of lessons that have been there. But closing out a cycle, recognizing these things, and, in the finish, Page of Cups. Look at these folks. Oh, slaking thine thirst on the sins of the flesh. It's pretty freaking hot. I don't know, man. Page of Cups, getting back out there. You're not going to really let this keep you down. I feel like this situation the purpose of it is definitely for integration, learning, and transformation. That is just like so powerful for you. And that you're taking all of this and moving forward in such a beautiful, fresh way. A beautiful, fresh, confident, creative way. Just really, really, I feel like you come out of this just really knowing so much more about your own power. And not just like some arrogant power, but like your soul power. Like you're really going to come out of this feeling like 1,000 times stronger about yourself. It's just really, really something. Another process, another big process. Pile 1 had a pretty interesting process too of growth and healing. Whew. Okay, Pile 2, that is what I have for you. I really hope this helped. Again, do leave me a comment in the comment section about how this resonated for you. And if it did, fantastic. If it didn't, don't try to make it fit. You know what I mean? It's like, people who watch tarot on YouTube, I feel like they got their finger on the pulse of a lot of things, And oftentimes when we watch tarot, it's kind of like it's just confirmation for what we already know. I mean, that's the whole thing of if it's resonating, right? So if it resonates, take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay? But I'm wishing you all the love and tender care around this process for you, pile number 2. Pretty spectacular reading. Pretty big, pretty transformative, pretty deep, really deep. Okay, love. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, you got the ametrine and the surrender. That light's all funky. Surrender your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Okay, pile 3. next 3 months, the rest of the year, going to look like for pile number 3? Okay. Okay, I respectfully request Spirit to come in and provide a message for pile number 3. And so much gratitude. Please and thank you, Spirit. Bottom of the deck energy, the Lovers. Okay. Okay, pile number 3. So what we have for your current energy is the 9 of Pentacles. Very strong energy, okay? Very independent, feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing your worth, standing on your own 2 feet. It's the card of the single person, but it's not like the card of the single, lonely, bummed out person. It's like the person who knows who they are, and if a relationship, and they don't need a relationship because they got their life on lock, they're doing great, building up their own empire, feeling secure, feeling good. And but the thing is like with the 9 of Pentacles energy, it's like that's exactly where you want to be right before you invite somebody else into your life, because this is somebody who knows exactly what they have to bring to the table. And for this particular gal, she's going to be bringing a bunch of fruit. But be that as it may, she knows what she's bringing, right? This energy knows who they are. All right. So this is like really beautiful, strong, grounded energy. And that's where you're at right now. Okay. This card signifies you. Pile number 3. So in October, we have the moon. Okay. So you could be feeling in the month of October, you could be feeling like, there's some things could be coming up for you with regard to like maybe you're getting messages in your dreams. There could be a little feeling of little unsettledness, around how you feel. I mean, the moon is Pisces energy. It's like psychic energy. It's the unconscious, it's things that are hidden. I feel like in the month of October, something is starting to kind of bubble up beneath the surface for you. And you may not know exactly what it is, but you could feel a sense of, maybe some restlessness. I just get the sense that like in the month of October, you're going to be like, something's up, or something's coming, or something's up. It's that sense that we get when we're just like, I'm starting to feel a little, I don't know, like feeling like you want to shake things up a little bit, shake something loose, right? And in the month of November, we have the 6 of Wands. So, some attention, being seen, feeling good, feeling, getting a lot of praise, a lot of accolades, a lot of attention. And maybe not all of the attention. I mean, all the attention's good attention, but it's like that whenever this card shows up, I always like to caution people around like getting carried away with your own kind of ego a little bit, because we could get a lot of praise from a lot of people that like may not really know us. And so it's kind of like, okay, like, thank you for those compliments. That's lovely. But how do you know that about me? Or yeah, like that could be true and that feels really good. And I don't know, like if somebody like lays it on thick and you're just kind of like, thanks, that's really nice. But then it's also a little bit, not that you don't want to trust things that people say to you when it's like kind words and all this and that, but just be aware of some folks that might be like kissing a little bit too much booty. Okay. That's the month of November, but whatever it is, you're feeling good about it. And then in December, we have the Four of Cups. So there's a feeling of discontentment, a feeling of maybe a little bit of boredom. Maybe you're quite stable in your Nine of Pentacles life, but then in December, you're like, well, maybe I want to end this year and start off the next year with something that's going to be more fulfilling for me. And perhaps in the month of October with the moon, there's just the beginning of that sense that something is missing, or you're wanting something a little bit more. Like you have everything you could want with your Nine of Pentacles, but you could be like, I've been thinking a lot about, I want a lover, I want a relationship, that I'm feeling a little bit restless. I'm beginning I want to share my bounty with another person. So I'm going to put myself out there on the dating sites and get a lot of praise and accolades and attention. Okay, great. But man, look at all the folks that are out there like, this dating scene leaves something to be desired. Been doing this for a month now. In the month of December, I still haven't found anybody. Been on a few dates. I've just been like, disappointing. And I'm just not finding the thing that I want. So let's go ahead and clarify this. That's the story that I'm getting from these cards, okay? Okay, so let's look. And with surrender to your soul's path, I believe like with the Nine of Pentacles starting off the reading, I feel like your soul's path has been probably pretty single for a while, but you're really doing well for yourself. Let's just take a look. And thank you guys so much for liking the video. I really appreciate it. The little like button is so important for folks on YouTube. It's kind of like all the content is free, which is fantastic. And to keep these messages rolling and to keep the messages, to spread them further, liking the video really helps it circulate. All right. Nine of Pentacles. And comments. Comments, absolutely. Bottom of the deck energy, Five of Swords. So maybe something came down and you found yourself single again. Because what we have clarifying the Nine of Pentacles is the Eight of Wands, the Tower, and the Ten of Cups. So some communication, some swift communication came in and brought the Tower down. It's something that you had experienced. It's either something you had experienced as your Ten of Cups came down, or it came down and you're like, oh, good. I'm so glad this whole thing needed to come down, whatever it was needed to come down. Because, with the bottom of the deck energy being the Five of Swords, you could have been dealing with someone who was dishonest, could have been kind of dealing with someone who was like, sidestepping issues or self-sabotaging or just like not really finding their flow with you, or you maybe could have not been finding your flow with another person here, and it wasn't really on a strong foundation, so it needed to come down. You very well could have been the one to communicate that this wasn't working out and that your highest and greatest good is finding your Ten of Cups, right? And so you're like, nay, I can't engage with this kind of relationship anymore. I need to have honest communication in my life. I need to have effective communication in my life, When it comes to my relationships, that's then I'm narrating for you. When it comes to, your relationships, it's like that's the goal. That's the want. That's the practice, You're like, I'm too mature for this. I've outgrown this kind of juvenile way of doing relationship here, of being dishonest and shady and withholding and trying to be mysterious, but really just kind of like making it so it's not a very enjoyable experience. Just game playing. No thanks. So for the people who've chosen pile 3 that I'm looking at today, I see a very confident person. I see a very confident person who knows what they want and is not going to settle for less. End of story. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and look at October. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Six of Cups. So you're working on something here. You're working on something here. And with the moon energy, with the Two of Swords clarifying the moon energy, there could have been parts of you that really were kind of like in a stalemate, feeling a little bit restless under the surface, not really knowing which thing to choose, maybe kind of stuck between two ideas on how to see a particular situation or think about a particular situation, or, kind of what decision do you need to make. This has to, and the thing is with the Eight of Pentacles here, it's like getting back in touch, focusing your energy on things that you can control, focusing your energy on yourself and your tangibles in a very strong way of like keeping your focus strong and also building something up. Could even be like, something came down, tower came down, and what is it that you want to build? Kind of going back to the drawing board. You know what to do, so here you are, doing the things to build things back up again. And with the soulmate energy here, with the Six of Cups, you could be going back to, like siblings, any kind of getting back in touch with soulmates that you hadn't been in touch with for a while, getting some clarity around that. This energy could also be saying that you've gone back and forth in your head a bit about this relationship that came down here with the Lovers, Five of Swords, Tower, being like, gosh, I really thought they were my soulmate. So you could have been going back and forth on like, how could this have happened if this was so lovely, And it was sometimes, but then there were some times when it wasn't. I think that this was very confusing. Whoever you were dealing with kind of kept you guessing, and felt really confusing at times. Okay. So yeah, that's a couple ways to read that energy. Let's go ahead and look at, the month of November. But what I will say for the month of October, given, like I said, the Two of Swords with the Moon and the Six of Cups, yeah, I think that there are some things that were in shadow. You may have experienced this person as a soulmate, as a soul bond. And at the same time, we're like, something's up, something's hidden. I don't know the whole picture. I feel like they're keeping things from me. It's like when I'm with them, I experience them as being very close to my heart, and I feel like I can trust them, but then there are these other experiences that really keep me guessing and make me feel like I can't trust them, or that I don't know the whole story, that I'm not seeing the whole picture. Kind of going back and forth on whether this person is really true or what. So let's look at November for the Six of Wands. Knight of Cups. What did I say? Strength. Three of Swords. So yeah, what did I say in the beginning? Six of Wands, getting attention. Knight of Cups, putting yourself back out there. With the Strength, you could be holding back on some things. Maybe you're holding back communication with this old person, or you're just trying to stand your ground in whatever focus and direction you're heading in. And I feel like putting yourself out there, I don't know, I don't want to say that it could be premature, but I do feel like you're still carrying a sense of sadness from this tower that came down. From this tower that came down, I feel like you're still carrying a sense of sadness, and you're trying to be strong and move forward. I get the sense that you feel like a lot of healing will be had in just moving on and getting a new relationship, or at least having some fun, getting back out there. I think that could very well be your focus in November. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think that a lot of us do that it's kind of like something could have come down and you're kind of like, I just need a little rebound. I need a rebound here. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't, But be that as it may, whatever that endeavor, however that is looking like, there is a background hum of sadness with it. But you're trying to be strong and move forward. Four Cups, you got the Fool, the Hermit, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so by the time December rolls around, I feel like, okay, so in the month of November, you put yourself back out there. Maybe you went on a few dates, maybe you had some fun here and there, what have you, but you're really not launching or jumping into anything wholeheartedly right away, because you're not feeling entirely ready for that. That's perfectly fine. There's still a lot of heartbreak that you carry here, okay? And that needs your attention. That needs your tender, loving care. That needs healing. And in the month of December, I feel like those sad feelings catch up with you, because you're kind of like, what the heck? Like, I'm just not happy with what the options are. This really sucks. I'm feeling bummed, and there's a struggle between starting fresh, starting a brand new cycle, and feeling ready for that. And that's okay. You don't have to, because look, you're starting a brand new cycle anyway. But with the Hermit also here, this is an invitation to go inward, really look at that insight, right? Like, really just trust in your own inner guru, trust in yourself, and trust in the universe. And I feel like there is a bit of a tension between these things, and that in the month of December, it's going to be part of your work in December, I feel, is going to be integrating that. Integrating trusting yourself and integration with trusting the universe and moving forward on your brand new cycle, brand new path. I feel like grief will be a part of this, because you need to grieve what was lost. You need to grieve this heartbreak here and heal. And with the Hermit, that's very good healing energy. And with the Fool, that's very optimistic, right? And you don't have to force yourself, because with the Nine of Swords here, it's like, I would imagine, and like this, I feel like this is true with a lot of grief cycles and how we experience grief as people, is like we can commonly vacillate between feelings of wanting to be alone and hunker down and just have our own space, which is a very healthy thing. And we can vacillate between those energies and wanting to, feeling inspired and wanting to get out there and go have fun with our friends or go do a new activity or something. And all of those energies are perfectly healthy and perfectly normal, when it comes to grieving. And then we have those moments where we actually really let ourselves feel the gravity of the loss of what, and the heartbreak of what we just went through. So it's all in the soup. It's all in the soup. And I think with these energies clarifying the Four of Cups for you, Pile 3, for the month of December, what this invitation is really saying is give yourself grace and time and space, and you don't need to rush to try to get any other kind of opportunity to come your way. And believe me, honestly, when we are in a space where things that we are really looking for are just not showing up, that's the universe saying that it's that other person that you're looking for, that other opportunity that you're looking for, whatever, it's not ripe yet. The universe is going to deliver it to you, but it's not ready yet. It hasn't come your way because it's just not, like I said, it's not ripe yet, And same thing for you. You still have a process to go through here in the month of December. The Tower came down. The lover relationship was here, but then there was some, maybe some arguments or what have you. You became single. The Tower came down. Whether you initiated this or not, it doesn't matter all that much, because what we're seeing is that there's healing that needs to take place. Okay? Healing that needs to take place here. And, but with these energies, I love this combination. I really do. Because it looks like a good balance from my perspective between individual time, self-care, self-time, and, getting back out in the sunshine time. Playtime, rest time, right? And then some time for grieving. Yeah. So this is definitely a healthy healing journey that I see for you in the month of December. And don't worry about if you go on those dating apps and all you see is renditions, different iterations of Shrek. I mean, come on. What can you do? So, yeah, I do feel like you're on the right path. You're on the right path to healing, and to just take the time that you need to take, Pile 3, and surrender to your soul's path, as the card says. It'll all happen in due time. Your journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. You're divinely guided at all times, and that's the other piece. It's just with this just know that Spirit has your back here. This person can't see the goose holding the umbrella, but Spirit, that's Spirit. The Spirit has your back, okay? All right, well, that's what I have for you, pile 3. I thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate all your likes, shares, and subscribes and comments. Please let me know down below how this resonated for you, and I will see you at another reading. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.